So, hey, what's up? Happy day to you wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I know all of you were kind of traveling, and some of you were traveling, some of you are just sitting around hanging out, enjoying the beach, some of you are getting ready to go to college. But I was thinking about all of you today. I was here in my office and just I thought I was going to clean and sort of straighten and do that kind of thing. And I got motivated to look through all the video footage and pictures that we took while we were in the Dominican, and um, it just brought me back. It was kind of a cool memory just to think that we were there not that long ago. Yet in some ways it feels like it's been a long time. But just what a great joy for me to remember some of the things and look back at even some of the little insignificant things, like weighing a suitcase to try to get it under 50 pounds.
The third time. Lance, do you think I'm going to get under 50?
Yeah, I got 49.5.
All right, here we go. Drum roll, please.
Is this recording?
Oh!
Yes, it's it.
Beautiful. Is it fully on though?
Oh, wait. We'll just.
Miranda and Suki.
Thank you.
And who could forget bees? I mean, bees everywhere, a lot of them. And then, of course, there was our dinner guest, our 8-legged dinner guest that invited himself to dinner. Fortunately, he didn't have any of us for dinner.
Oh my god! Where'd you get that? Why? Oh my god, it's on his neck. Pat! Oh my god! Sorry.
Found that in.
Oh my god. Was that like the bees? Too far up.
He's insane. Go meet up.
Too far up. Thank you.
Kath, how was that? Was that weird?
Really scary.
Was it?
Yeah.
Were you afraid he was going to bite you?
Yeah. Too far up.
But there's one clip in particular of all the clips that I watched today, and the ones that I laughed with and cried with and just smiled with. There's one that stood out, and there's one that I felt the Holy Spirit wanting for me to share with you as a reminder. And this clip, you'll all remember it. It's the moment that we were starting our orientation in Ponte Mateo, and Marcus was speaking to us about the whole context of the Haitian people that we were about to meet and serve and learn from. And I think it's important for us to rewatch this clip again because maybe at some level it is the real mission of the mission trip.
One of the reasons I live in this country is because the people are a lot happier here than in most countries I visited that are a lot richer. Yeah, people here know the meaning of life, and it's not in all the little things we get caught up in. It's in simplicity a lot of times. It's in your brother and sister, it's in your family, it's in your neighbor, and we forget that so often. You know, we're all guilty of that. So when you go home with a broken heart and start loving your families more, your brothers and sisters especially, and your mom and dads and your uncles and your aunts and your grandparents, because without that sense of community, we're nothing. And the people here have community. And what community is similar to what word that we know? Communion, community. It's the most important thing. It's the most important ingredient of life.
Community, communion, happiness. I feel like those are the words that stand out, and what Marcus was saying was so anointed. I mean, it was so special, and it really resonated with me, and I feel like I shared that with you guys while we were there, but I feel like even more so now that we're home, I think that talk has even a greater meaning now that we're here, because this mission trip doesn't have to end. It's not about just 7 days. It's about transforming our notions of love and happiness, and being open to the idea of being brokenhearted helps us to love others better, love ourselves better, and maybe even in that whole process, love God more powerfully and more faithfully. And so that's what I needed to share with you guys today, because we did some amazing things, and seeing some of the pictures you guys have posted, and I mean, we rocked it. And I can tell that was a special trip, not just for me, but for all of you. And this trip and the blessings of this trip will continue. Maybe if none of us ever go back to the Dominican ever again, this will literally be life-changing if we let it. I feel like I should let you guys know, Jana and I have been communicating, and some of the money that we raised to bring with us to the trip, we used to help certain things, and you'll hear more stories about that. But at the drug rehab facility is one of the places we spent some money to help those guys out, help make their stay there more comfortable, but it helps support them in their desire to be better and desire to serve the Lord. Here are some pictures of some of the things our money we used to spend. We got them over 100 pounds of food that was delivered last week. And today, as a matter of fact, there were a bunch of mattresses delivered. A lot of the guys were sleeping on the floor or on cardboard boxes. And now they have mattresses. They're maybe not as comfortable as the mattresses that we get to sleep on at home, but they're mattresses. And what a blessing, not just for them, but for us. And I think part of the challenge for us that I would offer for you to think about, that I am considering and praying about myself, is that how we can be that generous like we were going to the Dominican and serving these beautiful people. How can we be that generous here? And so I offer that maybe as a way to start, to ask you guys for prayers. Some of you that are watching this are getting ready to leave for college. So I would just ask for you guys to keep Taryn and Kelsey and Kyle and Addie in your prayers as they get ready to leave us and go away. Not like goodbye forever, but until we see you again. So keep them in your prayers and throw a little love their way before they go. Also want to ask you guys to really especially, as you watch this today or whenever you watch it, to very especially pray for Mr. Larkin's dad, Kate and Rachel and Meg and Laura's grandfather, and their whole family today, and really pray for them in a very special way also. You'll be hearing about things, the thing that Marcus talked about, community and communion, and I want for us to keep that going, and we'll be talking more about that here in the coming weeks. I'll also be asking for your help for a couple of things. One of the big things is Father Ernesto's going away party in September that I'm going to ask all of you guys that are still in town to help me with, and some other cool things that are kind of in the works that I want you guys to help me and be a part of. So I feel like I need to close this time just by thanking all of you. This trip, out of all the trips, they've all been very special, but this trip particularly was very special for me, particularly because I got to share it with all of you. And so I know I didn't really get the chance to say this while we were there, but thank you. And thank you for being there. Thank you for saying yes to the invitation to come. But maybe particularly thank you for being open to be different, to change, to see your life and your notions of happiness in a different way. And maybe to learn how to love better, that we can all learn how to love better. And so thank you for sharing that with me, and thank you for being a part of this really great and powerful mission that doesn't have to end, and that will continue to be telling stories and sharing how God revealed himself to us over 7 very special days in July. So we'll be talking soon. I love you all, and you'll all be in my prayers. And until next time, we'll talk.